So it's funny. Everyone knows I'm into diet and exercise. So I'll be honest. But I won't even say diet and exercise. First off, I mean, he actually touched on the answer that I was actually thinking about giving is education. Only reason I say educate yourself because the reason I'm not going to say the obvious answer, diet and exercise, just education, because here's why I say this. If you knew, you know what I mean, for instance, one of my favorite foods before I got into the whole health and fitness thing was, Cinnabons. I used to love Cinnabons. Back in 2009, I was like 200 and, yeah, I used to be 270 pounds at my present height of 6 feet. Now I'm down to 220, less than 10% body fat. I only say that because one side, even though I love Cinnabons, and I would eat them, it was nothing in my mind that I could tell myself. It wasn't about willpower. It wasn't about telling myself not to eat them. But once I educated myself and said, what is actually in Cinnabons? And then once I saw, Cinnabons has like 800 calories, 0 protein, I was like, wow. So now I can't even make myself eat a Cinnabon. If someone brings a Cinnabon to work, I either don't eat it or I break like 1/8 off of it and eat it. And people are like, Dr. Perry, why you breaking off 1/8 of a Cinnabon? You cut it in half, then you cut that in half, and then the half of that, because that's 800 calories. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big guy. I mean not as big, but I'm a big guy. But if I'm going to drink something or eat something that's 800 calories, which I do. It's a protein drink that has like 40 grams of protein. So that replaces a meal because I have to take in for what I do because I do fitness competitions on the side. I try to take in about 3,000 calories a day. But if I'm going to take something to 800 calories, that better have 40 grams of protein. I am not going to put something into my body that's 800 calories and almost 0 protein. So that comes to the education. So once you know what you're putting into your body, like once you look at that piece of fried chicken and know that, oh my gosh, like you keep eating like this, you're gonna have heart disease for the rest of heart disease, get a heart attack, get stents. You don't want to. You look at that piece of fried chicken a little bit differently. When people smoke, people don't understand. Right now, you're thinking of especially young people. You think, oh yeah, I'm smoking, I'm cool, I'm stressed out. But when you look at that 60-year-old woman who's literally in the emergency room like every other week because she can't breathe because she has emphysema, and you see the number of times that I have to put her under an intubator, which is put her on life support, that should make you think about smoking a lot differently. So that's education. So I will say education, because once you start learning what some of these foods do to you, and read, now with the internet, there's no excuse for anybody to not be knowledgeable. There's no internet. We have it on iPhone. So once you educate yourself, once you see what happens to the body when you do things like burpees and run, the body actually transforms itself when you work out. So, why would you want to sit at home and be out of shape when all you got to do is go home and do a 20-minute high-intensity interval training session and see and learn the science behind why if you train this way, you get to burn fat for 2 days. If you train this way, you're only burning fat for that 1 hour that you're working out. Then you start to realize, man, I'm gonna work out this way. I'm not gonna like it for that hour, but guess what? If I do it this way, I get to feel this way and look this way. Now you're educating yourself instead of doing something because somebody told you. Even with children, that works with my kids. Once you tell kids why not to do something, oh, you touch that stove, it hurts. Animals, kids, it's all about the why. How do you find out why to do something? Is through education. So education, so you want to educate yourself on diet and exercise.
What was the question?
If you give one piece of advice to you.
One piece of advice, that's right. Thank you, Will. I'm assuming it has to do with health care. Okay. Well, education is certainly important, but I would say know that you more often than not have alternatives. You have choices. When a doctor says you have to take this medication for the rest of your life, look around, because maybe it just ain't so. more often than not, you do have choices, you have options. Particularly with chronic degenerative diseases, those things that rob us of our health quality and quantity. Hardening the arteries, diabetes, arthritis, cancer, all these things that are very subtle, ongoing. You don't know they're happening until you have a symptom. Do you know that by the time you have I'm like you, I just can't shut up, I just keep talking. Do you know when you have your first symptom of hardening of the arteries, let's say chest pain or leg cramps, your arteries have already reached about 70 to 75% blockage. 10, 20, 30 years or more of disease process before you have a symptom. So you do have choices, and one of the big choices would be do some of the diagnostics, and there are out there, that can identify disease processes before the symptomatic stage. That's when to treat them, that's when to start making changes.
I'm a piggyback with education. I think education is important. I believe in, there's an acronym I live by, it's called CAP. It's called Knowledge, Awareness, and Practice. And I believe like that the knowledge is the education, and being aware of it. Give you guys some examples, and I was talking to and also people are important. I was talking earlier about how part of my profession as a social worker, one of the biggest things is I have to know how to network with people. I can go on the internet and Google something, but networking is really important. I struggle with it because it's like that human interaction. You gotta, but once you start talking to people, your anxiety goes down. But I came in and I went over to the health foods over there, and and I work out, I exercise, but my diet is, I just like the donuts in the morning. My diet is not the best. And I'm 37 and I'm getting up there, and I noticed that I can't eat what I used to eat when I was 27, and I just can't. And if I go to the gym, like my workouts aren't as they used to be. Like I would run 15 miles a week. Now I'm only running 6, and wondering why, But I came and I talked with a couple of people, and just in 20 minutes, like my knowledge and my awareness of what type of foods and what stuff is out there was like, wow, mind-boggling. It almost made me feel like a little kid again, And I think that's sometimes what we have to do. Like, for me, my ego and pride get in the way and say, I'm comfortable, and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm okay with this. But there's a lot more information out there. And the important piece is the practice. Is like when I leave here, I have a choice now. Do I want to buy some healthy food? Do I want to try this out? Do I want to cut back on Dunkin' Donut coffee with sugar and stuff, and Boston Eclairs, and I love them tasty cakes. I love them. Or even when I go to work and they bring donuts in, can I not have 2 donuts before lunch? And I'll justify and say, well, I ran 3 miles this morning. So I would say knowledge and awareness, but also people. People are important, and I believe everyone in this room is a resource, and I think people are important. I think our society has gotten away from having that human interaction with people and really getting to know people and get some information out there. And there's a lot of information in this room. So I would say knowledge, awareness, but being able to practice that and having some good people in your life, some good resources.
And before we go, how can our audience contact each one of you all? Can you give your information, your websites, and your address and everything?
Yes.
How can I get in contact with you for more information?
So you can follow me. My first name is William. My last name is Borde-Perry. B as in boy. O-R-D as a dog. E-Perry. P-E-R-R-Y. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, social cam. I'm all.
It's social. He's there.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. LinkedIn. I'm on there. My website is beachbodycoach.com/Borde-Perry MD. It's my name without the hyphen with the MD at the end. I do fitness coaching, which is what I love. I honestly believe that I can help anybody be the best version of them. There's no reason why we all can't be the best version of ourselves. I'm not going to look like anybody else. No one's going to look like me. I can't look like anybody. I only can look like me. So I'm telling you, diet and exercise. There's no reason. There's no reason. If you have a physical goal that you want to meet, or how you want to feel or something you want to accomplish, you can accomplish it. Diet and exercise, you can definitely accomplish it through different intensities and different types of workouts and diets. So that's how you can contact me.
We have a dirigible that goes over the Lehigh Valley. No, I'm kidding. Hello, you out there?
Do you beam us up?
I think
Very-
you lost them when you said dirigible.
Some people might say I have a hot air balloon, but
That's
that's a
it,
whole other
exactly.
thing. Very simple, drmaulfair.com.
Spell it.
Dr. Maulfair, MAUL, F as in Frank, AIR.com.
Excuse me, could you repeat your email address?
My email address is simple, Borde-Perry@gmail.com, BORDEPE, P as in people, ERRY @gmail.com. I love the Gmail system, so that's what I use for my professional stuff.
I have 11 business cards if you guys are interested, or I can be reached via email at CHDixon, DIXON, @crchealth.com. Thank you, guys.
All right, let's give them a hand. Definitely a good panel. Hey, I just want to say thank you to everyone who came out to the Lehigh Valley Community Health Expo 2012 right here at the beautiful Best Western. We had a great time today. We had great vendors, great sponsors. We had a great panel. We want to thank everyone who came through. Once again, we're doing this for you, the community. This has been sponsored by none other than ourselves here at Alfonso, Todd and Associates and Prolific Radio Media. Again, I want to give a shout out to everyone who came through and thank you very much.